Alright, intro to computers. This is Monday. This is just the second capture of what we've done in class. And today we reviewed a couple things from the project, and we talked about what an attachment was, what a carbon copy, and blind carbon copy. You know, you can have an email go to other people besides the main person, and you're just telling them they are in the know, but the message was actually meant for somebody else. And the blind carbon copy, it can go to other people, but they don't know, the person receiving the email doesn't know it's going to them. And then attachment, attaching a file to an email. We should know how to do those. Software, we reviewed the two major ones, system and applications, and then we talked about just this whole world of all the different applications, and we just did a couple examples here. We talked about Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, the extensions, DLC, XLS, PPT, and so forth to identify the software. This is typically referred to as productivity software. And then we talked about doing some of these same things through the cloud. For example, Google Docs, in which you can do some of the same software in the cloud. We talked about Web Advisor, you know, here on campus. We talked about custom apps, you know, people can design applications. And then all those applications used for sound and video and entertainment and gaming and all that. The whole world of applications, what we use to do what we need done with technology. The other area of the system software, and we brought up the topic of BIOS, and I said they really don't need to know much about the BIOS, even though it was a good topic to bring up. We talked about operating system software and how that is loaded into the computer when you turn the computer on. And then we talked about utilities. We looked at some utilities. We looked at the task manager on Windows, where you could change your password on Windows, and also using Explorer or My Computer to look at files and so forth from Windows. And we also talked very briefly about the command prompt, and I showed that briefly today too. So we're a little behind with the theory of the class because we had a snow day, and then the very first week we had Martin Luther King Day. But we're slowly catching up, and so that is it for today. Introduction to Computers is week 3, Tuesday, Thursday class. I'm going to just grab a few of the notes. We talked about the skills-based assessment. As far as notes on the board, we had a few other things, but we talked again about software, system software, operating system, and utilities, then applications, and then this part was new. We talked about productivity software, word processing spreadsheets, presentation, database. There might be some graphic softwares that would fit into that category and so forth. Then we talked a little bit about web applications. And we talked about, you know, everything from Facebook to Google Docs to lots of different things, web applications. We also talked about on the internet software like email software and so forth. We talked about paying somebody to develop custom applications to do specific things for your particular company and so forth. We talked about gaming software, what a big industry that is. We also talked about video and music. And then there is a whole range of softwares that do small specific tasks that you can buy for on a computer and so forth. So we'll talk some more about that on Thursday.